You won't believe this, but what if big companies were stopped from buying houses in the first place, right? So that's exactly what President Trump just proposed. Stay with me because the answer is actually not what you might think. So let's start here. Most people feel locked out of the whole entire housing market. Prices are high, competition is fierce, and it feels like another buyer always gets the house first, right? So you felt that, I felt that, a lot of customers have felt that. And now the president says he wants to stop the big investors from buying homes so that more people like you and me could just buy them instead, right? But let's dig a little deeper. So the president said that big Wall Street firms and investment groups have been buying up single family homes. He says that this makes houses harder to buy for regular folks, again, just like you and me. And that's why he announced steps to ban large institutional investors from buying more single family homes and will ask Congress to make it into a law. Let's see what they do. Now, most of us think that if big firms stop buying homes, that means that there'll be more houses for regular home buyers, right? That sounds good, but here's where it gets really complicated. Lots of experts say that these big firms actually own just a small share of the total homes nationwide, maybe only 1 to 2% overall. But in some cities like Atlanta, they own much more, and we know that, right? So if you live here, we definitely know that it's happening statewide. So the idea is meant to help, but some economists say it might not change the prices much at all. Now, just let that sink in for a moment. Big investors might not be the real reason houses cost so much. There's also a shortage of homes, and mortgage rates are higher than they've been in years. So what happens next? The president's announcement caused more investor stocks to drop, and that shows that markets are actually paying attention. But it also shows that people are not really sure of how this all works. And here's a key point you may want to know. Even the Treasury Secretary said that big firms won't be forced to sell homes that they already own, which makes no sense. This plan is about stopping future purchases, not taking away homes people already rent. That makes sense. So what does this all mean for home buyers, right? Here's the clear part. First, the president is highlighting housing affordability as a priority. And that means more ideas and discussions on this topic are definitely coming soon. Second, a ban on institutional buyers might help in certain markets, especially where big investors have a large share of homes, just like in Atlanta. But it's not guaranteed to lower prices nationwide. And that's because the bigger problems are our lack of supply and high interest rates. Third, you should watch for how Congress actually responds to all this. This proposal still needs lawmakers to act to become law, and political support for this idea is actually not unanimous. So if limiting home buyers isn't the full solution, what else is being done? The government is also ordering agencies like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to buy a large amount of mortgage bonds, a move meant to lower mortgage rates and make loans actually cheaper. This could be more money for everybody. That could help more than just stopping institutional buyers alone. Here are 3 simple solutions. Step 1, understand the issue. High home prices come from low inventory and rising cost. Step 2, watch for policy changes. This investor ban is only one policy among many being discussed. And step 3, I want you to focus on your strategy as a buyer, on timing, preparation, stay ready even if the market shifts. And why does this work? Because knowing what's being debated helps you plan better. You won't be surprised when rates move or when new housing rules are actually passed. You will be one step ahead of other buyers who only react rather than prepare. So what should you watch next? 1, pay attention to how Congress responds. Watch for more housing proposals at major events like the World Economic Forum, which is actually coming up. And these announcements shape the market months ahead of what's going to happen. So when you stay informed, you can actually make smarter decisions about when to buy and actually how much to offer. So tell me down below in the comments, what do you think about how these big companies are actually buying up all the residential homes, and does it need to stop? Let me know down below in the comments.